What's up, everybody, and welcome to the TNR Sports Show or Trennon Talks. Please like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever we post. Thanks for watching. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Trennon and Ryan Sports Show. My name's Trennon. That's Ryan. Say what's up, Ryan.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Listen, people. Listen, folks. We're coming at you live and in color. We both got new microphones. I've got plenty of lighting in here now. It's making me sweat because it's a little warm. But I'm pretty excited about these new upgrades, these new improvements. I've been promised y'all some new stuff. So here we are. I've got some new stuff for everybody, some new stuff. So we're moving forward. Ryan is rocking his wonderful Clemson jersey, very nostalgic. Who is that? Who is that jersey? Whose jersey is that?
Charlie Whitehurst.
Oh
Old.
my God. Where
Old.
did you get that?
My dad gave it to me.
Oh my God, that's an old jersey.
Old.
And then I'm rocking my put a
Mm.
Carolina player's name on the back of this jersey, and that's who it belongs to jersey. Now I'll tell you a quick story. When I was in Colombia, before COVID, long before COVID, we would go out to the bars, like college kids do. And we went to this one bar, and there was a big line outside. That's pre-COVID. That's how things were. And we were sitting out there in the line, and this guy came up to me. And he was like, "You know who jersey that is?" And I said, "It's Connor Shaw." And he said, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "No." And then I named another player, and then another player, and then another player. And then he almost wanted to beat my ass. Oh, he always wanted to beat my ass, even though I told him the truth. I didn't know who it was. I think it's Ortre Smith. That's who it belongs to, Ortre Smith. So just a little fact for you there. I don't know if anybody gave a crap about that story, but moving on. Wonderful jerseys by both of us. Wonderful jerseys. And
One of us.
anyway, thanks for watching the first episode of Trenton Talks. I really appreciate it. I'm getting huge feedback on it. I really thank everybody for listening to the episode. I told you I'd be back with Ryan. Here he is. We're not stopping the sports. They might change a little bit because the well runneth dry in these summer months. But we still got a little college baseball, so we're gonna have a college baseball segment. I've been into college baseball recently, so we're still gonna have that. And what else, Ryan? We're gonna have a little recruiting news, correct?
A little bit of recruiting, not a whole lot, but a little bit.
And we did have, even though most people didn't know, if you listen to Monday's episode, you know. But we did have an FCS college football championship this past Sunday, I believe. So we'll also be talking about that. So we've got a loaded episode for you today. The well runneth dry, but we're still producing the content that needs to be produced. So I'm
Exactly.
pretty excited about that. Now that I've got a video saying like and subscribe placed at the front of every video from now on, there is no need for me to push the issue. Just like, subscribe, like, and follow. It's at the beginning of every podcast, and it's at the beginning of every video. So please like and subscribe, like and subscribe. So I won't go into a big rant about that. I want to go straight into the content, straight into the juice or meat of juice. What juice of the episode? Meat of the episode. I'm not saying juice. I don't know why I got juice on the brain, but we're going to go straight into the meat of the episode, and we're going to talk a little bit about Sam Houston State going against South Dakota State. So I was able to watch most of the highlights. I didn't catch the game because honestly, I didn't even know the game was on. But we did, if most of you might not remember, most will, we covered FCS football there because, it was in the fall, it was football. We were having a little hangover from not having any football. So I thought it would be a good thing to cover. So I covered it. We covered it. We didn't see a whole, even though that's a whole nother topic for another time. But we weren't pulling the audience that we kind of wanted to. We knew what we had to do. Essentially, needed to be specific on the teams that we liked. I think if you've been paying attention to any of our social medias recently, you'll know that we've kind of put an emphasis on the teams that we really do like. So I think that's important. But anyway, if you could call back, We covered a lot of FCS football. Ryan was really into it. I was kind of into it, kind of not. But Ryan, did you think South Dakota State and Sam Houston State were going to ultimately meet in the championship game? Did you
I
see that coming?
I had a feeling about it about halfway through the season. If you asked me at the beginning of the season, I would have said no. Um, but like once North Dakota State started to stumble, and I saw how well South Dakota State played, a really good quarterback, they played really well, and even Sam Houston State, they would play really good teams and beat them. And so
Beat them
halfway through
handily.
the season,
I
yeah,
I believe one of the last FCS games we covered was when Sam Houston State beat Nickel State.
and they were like a top 10
Yeah,
FC.
and Nickel State had blown everyone out.
Yeah, it blew
And then
everyone
Sam Houston blew them out like 80 nothing or something crazy like that. I do remember that
out.
being a big deal during when we last recovered the FCS. But anyway, so I'm going to do a quick breakdown of the game. I'll probably stop at certain points, let Ryan interject, see what he thinks about. I do not know. Let me get this right off the jump because you're going to be like, what? I don't know any of the players' names. So before you come at me, just know, you know, I think this is an interesting topic. I really do. I really do. But let's be honest here. I don't know any of the players' names. Maybe Ryan can do a little lookup if he'd like, but I'm gonna go for it, and we'll just kind of go from there, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
So, Sam Houston State beat South Dakota State. Spoiler alert for the championship game. I will say, for the most part, Sam Houston owned most of this game and didn't really lose control of it until the last, I believe, 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So let me just break down the first quarter, first half, and then we can stop there and we can have a discussion on it. But so Sam used to be South Dakota State. Oof, there's a lot of, I did abbreviations here, so I'm going to do the best I can with some of these. For some reason, I want to say San Diego State. I have SDS, so I want to say San Diego State as in
I get that.
South. It's getting me very confused. Anyway, South Dakota State struck first with a goal line push in the early first to go up 7-0. 7-0. And the next couple of things that happen in the first quarter are kind of like like they have a lot of pieces to them. It's not just one thing. So I do want to go over them. So San Houston State, I got the first one right. We'll see how it go the rest of the
You mean Somerville High School?
time.
Sorry.
Could you stop? Because I thought that now that you mentioned that, I thought that when I wrote. So I wrote SHS. It's a lot to type out San Houston State every single time I say their name. So when I was typing it out earlier, I was like, Somerville High School and San Diego State are the two teams that I'm going to want to say, but the other two are the ones what I need to say. So please give me some credit. If I do mess up, don't be too harsh with me. I'm doing the best I can.
We'll see.
So Sam Houston State punted the ball, punted back to South Dakota, South Dakota State. That was unintentional. I literally just made that. I mean, I'm trying here, people. Don't judge me. So I almost did it again. South Dakota State went on to have a very nice drive. I'm gonna say this very slow. If you want to go back and watch the highlights, I would recommend it. Pretty good game. Um, when South Dakota State, maybe I should just do the abbreviations. People kind of get it, right? Probably not. When South Dakota State lined up for a field goal, Sam Houston State blocked it. They blocked it. Bam, blocked. Sam Houston State would then go on to score a touchdown off of a very impressive wide receiver screen. So the wide receiver screen, I do remember this highlight. Sam Houston State quarterback threw it to the wide receiver screen. They were about on the 50-yard line. The dude literally caught it, broke like two tackles at the beginning, and then ran across the other side of the field, went up and ended up scoring the touchdown. So it was a very nice play.
It sounds like the screen wasn't very good, but the receiver did well.
This receiver was very good to
Yeah,
be able to extend the play and then eventually score the touchdown.
yeah.
I will say I was very impressed. Like I said, don't know their names. Don't know their names. Don't know their names. but I was very impressed with two players. That wide receiver, well, three. Sam Houston State's quarterback impressed me. Sam Houston's wide receiver who made that play was impressive. And San Diego, South Dakota State's running back, very good. I was very impressed. We'll get later on to that. So right now the game's tied 7-7, probably in the first quarter, if I remember correctly. On the very next possession after that a wide receiver screen touchdown, South Dakota State had another good possession and again had another field goal block. So imagine there was a lot of field goal kicking woes in this game.
as the
If I
FCS has.
Yeah, so that typically doesn't seem like a complete surprise. FBS football has the premier kicking of all sports.
We're the
I
most.
would say out
Yeah,
of the NFL as
there.
well.
Let's not count soccer here.
Well, yeah, yeah. Well, this football related. Field goal kicking is either very good or very bad in the FBS, and it's generally very bad always in the FCS. So that's kind of where we're
Yeah.
at. Sam Houston State capitalizes. This is hard of the blocked field goal, and their QB, who, like I said, very impressed with, threw a very beautiful pass near the back of the end zone to go up 14-7. So that's kind of where we stood. And there's not really a lot else that happens. South Dakota State's QB had a pass tip, threw an interception, and that ended the first half, 14-7. So based off of everything, the limited amount of details I've given so far, what do you think about the first half, Ryan?
I
Just
think
tell me what you think.
I do want to point out that South Dakota State's starting quarterback went out of the game very early with an injury.
Oh, snap. I was very impressed with the backup. Very impressed.
He was their best player by far, and is the only reason
Who?
they got to where they
Sam Houston State's or South Dakota State's?
South Dakota State's.
Oh,
Um, and so I think if that quarterback had stayed healthy, I think this would have been a different ball game. But we can continue.
see, I bring the jokes. Ryan brings the legit facts because I had no idea that happened. I had no clue, and I wrote out every note what we have on this.
Like
I
60 yards or something like that, and then
Wow,
they think he's going to transfer to FBS after this season because he had such a good year.
good
Uh,
for him.
but they said it's pretty. They said it's pretty serious. So they didn't really say what it was.
Yeah, whatever. That's the problem with playing spring football now. He's kind of screwed.
Yeah,
If he wanted to play in the fall, if he's got like an ACL or an Achilles or something like that, he's really kind of out of it.
yeah.
That's a whole nother debate we can have later on, maybe in a different maybe next week we'll come at it. But so I guess we'll start in the second half now, and we'll start in the second half. 37 seconds left in the third quarter. Nothing happens for the entire third quarter. They're pretty scoreless. So Sam Houston State kicks a field goal with 37 seconds left in the third quarter to go up 17-7. This is important in context because you'll find out that friggin' South Dakota State ends up taking the lead in the early fourth. South Dakota State takes a lead on a very impressive run by their running back. This was at like the 25-yard line. It was almost a reverse. So they handed it off with him going left. He cut it back to the right and scored a touchdown on the right side. So he ended up scoring a touchdown there. Very impressive one. I was very impressed by that. So that made it 17-14, Sam Houston State. And then with 6 minutes left in the fourth, the running back for San Diego State, South Dakota State nails an 85-yard touchdown run, which I was also very impressed with. I thought it was very good. And that's how they took the 21-14 lead. Okay, so does that make any sense? You understand where we're at right now?
Yes, I do.
A lot of moving pieces. A lot of
Wow,
moving pieces right now.
especially the running back.
Yeah. But then especially the quarterback that I did not know was injured. Whatever. San Diego, ooh, I swear to God, I am not doing this intentionally. I'm not trying to be funny. I am messing up sincerely. Sam Houston State then makes a spectacular drive and scores a beautiful touchdown. I would recommend, in all seriousness, you go watch that touchdown. It's fantastic. To go up 23-21, their kicker missed the field goal. Going back to that. With 18 seconds left in the game,
Exactly.
they would go on to win the championship. So, based off of the highlights that I've talked about and anything else you know, what do you think about the game?
I mean, kind of back and forth. It seemed like Sam Houston State got up to a nice little lead, and then obviously the quarterback got injured for South Dakota State, and then South Dakota State overcame it to an extent, and took the lead back eventually late in the fourth. Um, so pretty good. I mean, it's what you want to see in a national championship game: back and forth. Two good teams duking it out.
So, yeah, I liked the game a lot. I thought it was very good. I enjoyed watching the highlights. I kind of wish I knew it was on. I had no clue. So I kind of wish I knew it was on so I could have watched it live. I think it would have been very cool to see. That last play was very good. I mean, very exciting. Imagine that kind of play. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but if you could imagine that type of play happening in like an actual FBS playoff championship or whatever, whatever they call it, it would be one of the greatest plays of all time. But the fact that it happened in the FCS championship,
Yeah,
not going to go down in the history books.
yeah,
But still a very good play. And overall, like I said, should count for more. But since it's FCS, it is what it is. That's just how society is. You can't control it. Got to live with it. Can't, you know what I mean? It is what it is. So that kind of concludes our FCS football talk. What do you think, Ryan?
I mean, congrats to Sam Houston State. I mean, I think that they capped off an undefeated season, so kudos to them. It was one of two national championships in the 2010s, because this is technically the 2020 season. That was not won by North Dakota State. And
What? Wow! What?
it's one of two seasons. So out of the 10 years of last
How
decade,
many did no? How many did they win?
North Dakota State, 9 or 8.
What?
They won 8 national championships.
That's crazy. I thought it was only like 5. Oh my god.
8.
8? Oh
James
wow,
Madison
my voice got really high there. That is very shocking news. I mean, very shocking.
or Bama.
Oh my god, it's not even close.
Yeah.
How many Bama win? Like 3, 4?
Oh, more than 3. I think 5, maybe 6.
No, no. Clemson won 2. Ohio State won 1.
Or
Florida State won 1.
Auburn 120.
Auburn. So it had to be that's 5. Might be 5. Clemson won 2.
LSU,
LSU,
Florida State,
Florida State,
Ohio State, and
Auburn. So they won 4. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that seems reasonable. 8 though, that's crazy. FCS really be lacking. They really need to get their crap
North
together.
Dakota is just they got something going on over there.
Yeah, apparently they do. They really do. But they got something in the water. Something in the water in both the Dakotas
Both the
to
Dakotas, yeah.
dominate FCS
Not
football.
as good as Texas though this year. Sorry. I'm not proud of that statement either.
Whatever. So that kind of concludes our FCS talk. Ryan, you want to do a little recruiting if you're ready?
Sure.
Before you're gonna hear me talk for like 20 more minutes.
Yeah. So not a whole lot of recruiting news this week, but mainly just transfers. Really, that's really all that's happened. No one's really committed to anywhere of note. But former Georgia safety Major Burns, love the name, has transferred from Georgia to LSU. So he'll be leaving the University of Georgia. However, Georgia gained Brandon Turnedge, butchering his name, Turnedge, who's transferring from Alabama. So Alabama, former defensive back, is transferring to Georgia. So kind of switching all these defensive backs in the SEC right now. Former starting quarterback for LSU, TJ Finley, is put himself in the transfer portal. He hasn't picked a location out, but I think it's down to
I saw Auburn.
yeah, Auburn's one of them. I think Texas is one of them. I don't know. I don't know why he would want to go to
Maybe a
Texas.
big Steve Sarkisian guy.
Yeah, I mean, Texas already has their guys. I don't think that. I mean, I think Auburn does too. I mean, they got. I mean, I think he'd be. I don't know. I think Bo Nix would be better than him.
Maybe he should come to Arkansas.
And maybe that'd be a good fit.
He did torch
Would
South Carolina last year. He
you,
torched them in the best game of his career.
would you, as an Arkansas fan, be happy
No, I
if
would
TJ
not. I do
Finley?
not want. No, no,
You're
no.
happy with your current quarterbacks?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
I just crap in there. I don't think he should go anywhere. Maybe South Carolina. I know I joked about that. I am repping my Gamecock gear today, but I don't think it would be an awful choice by them.
I don't know. They got Luke Doty.
How good is Luke Doty? I would guess it all. This is a Luke
I
Doty
think he's
jersey. I
good.
don't know if you knew
I
that or
think he's
not.
good. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not bashing TJ Finley. I think he's a good quarterback, but he also had his troubles because he didn't keep. Because what happened was Miles Brennan was the starting quarterback. He got hurt, and TJ Finley came in, played well at first, and then slowly fell off. I can't remember if he got injured or if he just got benched. I can't remember. Um, I think Max Johnson came in and beat Florida, and so now he's one of the guys contending to be the starting quarterback. But anyways, TJ Finley's put his name into the transfer portal. I don't really know where he goes. Might be cool to see him go to Auburn and challenge Bo Nix a little bit, but we'll see.
Challenge Bo Nix. Those are both scrub quarterbacks, if you ask me. But whatever.
I think you're right, but um, former five-star running back Stephan Carr has transferred from the USC Trojans, and he's going to Indiana. What do you think about that? You're a former five-star recruit. You're at USC.
Well, Indiana had a very good football season this past year.
But like
Better than USC.
USC was, they only lost. I mean, they only lost one game.
Who did they lose to?
They lost in the Pac-12 championship to Oregon.
Oh yeah, were they supposed to play Washington though, right?
Yeah, they're supposed to
COVID,
Washington,
yeah.
but Washington got COVID, and so
Dang,
Oregon
tough
had
for
to get
USC.
back to their title.
Wow. I don't know. That's a weird. Ooh. You go where the opportunity fits. Maybe he wants things. I never understood in college sports. Maybe because it's a small. I come from a. I support Arkansas. Small school mentality, but I never understood why players don't generally go to smaller schools to try to get be the star. Like I never understood Zion going to Duke. That made no sense to me.
I mean, it worked out
Zion could.
very well.
I mean, it worked. I don't think actually it did. He was going to go number one regardless. It didn't matter.
I know, but he like
It
not
gave him exposure, but I don't know. I
everyone
just
knew who he was coming out of high school. I mean, Zion Williamson is from South Carolina, a Spartanburg kid. Um,
he was popular, but yeah, you're right. He did gain popularity being at Duke.
I
If he
remember
would have if he would
Duke,
have went somewhere like Clemson, he might have not been as popular.
because when he went to
I agree with
I
that.
literally would tune in just to see him play because he was playing that well and that spectacular.
Yeah, if he was like at Clemson or South Carolina, Arkansas, it might
And
have
he
not
probably
been
got
the
paid.
same. Yeah, that's true. He probably did get like a house or
I'm sure
something.
Mike Krasinski gives a few bucks out every now and then.
Coach K. I'm sure Coach K doesn't do it, but you know, his
He's a mean
assistants. Yeah, his assistants. I believe that 100%. But
And then the last piece of recruiting news I have, not a commitment, it's not a transfer. It's actually one of our lovely listeners who recommended that we have this person on note. So we're going to kind of keep them on the.
oh yeah, yeah. I was like, who? So yeah, I forgot about this.
So it's currently a 3-star wide receiver out of St. John Bosco's, which is where DJ Uyunglele went to high school in California. His name is CJ Doss. They're saying he's kind of up and coming. He's very fast. He's good height. He's good weight. He's got everything that you need to succeed. I think the main thing that hurt him is that he didn't get a lot of exposure when he should have because California didn't have a season last year. I think they're trying to overcome that now, but do a little bit of a makeup thing. But um, so I think that's kind of one of the big things that held him back. He currently only has 2 offers right now from Kansas and Pitt, which are 2 big Division I schools.
What class is he in?
He's in 2022.
Oh, so he's coming up.
coming up.
Soon.
Yep.
Very soon now. I
And
guess.
it's very possible that Clemson might give him a good look, especially if he has a good season for his senior season, as he is DJ.
DJ, that does kind of lend you some credence, yeah.
Yeah,
But
and DJ brought his former teammate Bo Collins from St. John
yeah,
Bosco's.
I'm very high on Bo Collins. I think he's going to be really good. So
Yeah. So that's one we're going to keep following. JC. So we're going to keep an eye out for him. Yeah. See if he does anything big. See if he goes to Clemson.
all right, nice. Everybody applaud Ryan.
I have to applaud myself.
I'm applauding. You just can't see it.
Okay. I can barely even see
Yeah,
your face. I'm
good.
gonna
Keep it
sit
that
with
way.
you.
I'm gonna talk like this the whole time. Welcome to the Trennon and Ryan Sports Show. My name's Trennon. I'm just kidding. Uh, I'm just playing around. I'm just new boot goofing. Um, all right. If that's all the recruiting news, I'm gonna go ahead and move over to some college baseball, and I'm gonna give you a pretty colorful analysis of my emotions from this past weekend as an Arkansas Razorback fan.
Tell us
Are
your
you ready, Ryan? So the
emotions.
first game we won pretty easily, not a big deal. On Friday night. So recently we have been playing a lot of what's the word? A lot of double headers. So this weekend we actually got to play on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Usually it's like two on Friday, maybe one on Thursday, two on Saturday. It could be anything. Usually it's been one on Friday, two on Saturday. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So Arkansas got to play a 3-game series this week against Tennessee. So Arkansas is ranked number 1 in the country, still ranked number 1, and then Tennessee was ranked number 4. Number 4. Pick number 4, my lord. Pick number 2, my lord. Pick number 3. So ranked number 4 in the country. So we went into Knoxville. We knocked them off the first game.
He knocks them off.
So let me pull up my Instagram first because I don't want to mess the scores up because I have them. I do have them on my Instagram. So I want to make sure we're clearly giving the right scores. And check out the Instagram. I'm posting a lot of content over there, especially when like teams that we like are playing. So please be on the lookout. So Saturday game was one of the most devastating things I've ever seen in my life. I don't know why. I think it was sickening, not because they won the game. It was the way they won it, and then the social media reaction to the Tennessee fans being like, "Yeah, we won, yeah." It just sickened me. It really did. It really sickened me. I hated to see it. I really did. I really did. Tennessee had a 3-run walk-off in the bottom of the ninth to win the game. It is no more of a devastating way to lose a baseball game. I literally was watching the game and cutting my grass, and I literally had to stop the lawnmower, and I almost barfed to the thought of losing on a 3-run walk off in the bottom of the ninth. It is sickening to me. 8-7. They hit the perfect amount to win the game. 3. If they would have hit 2, they would at least tied it. But no, they had a 3-run walk off, 3, and won the game. I was sickened to my stomach. I was sick. Sick. And it bothered me. Tennessee fans bother me for some reason when we play them. They don't bother me when we're not playing them. But when we're specifically playing Tennessee, now you might say, "Oh, that's every fan base." And that's not true. I don't really feel that way. Like a Vanderbilt,
I mean,
Mississippi State, Florida, Georgia. Even Georgia, it doesn't bother me that much. But Tennessee bothers me. Ole Miss bothers me. South Carolina bothers me. Alabama does not bother me at all. LSU bothers me big time. Ole Miss, LSU, and South Carolina, literally, and Tennessee, literally make me want to blow my brains out. I shouldn't say that. Literally make me want to cry when I might have to edit that out. Make me want to cry when when that kind of stuff happens, when we lose to them in those sort of ways. It just bothers me big time. But the good news is there's always redemption. Your Arkansas Razorbacks beat Tennessee 3-2 in a barn burner of a match on Sunday. First Sunday game in literally like a month and a half. I'm not joking. Literally a month and a half. First Sunday game. It's quite shocking. But we ended up winning. Arkansas, I believe, are 39-9. Could be 38-9. I'm not completely sure. But haven't lost a series yet. Not one.
They
And this,
lost a one off.
huh?
They've lost one offs.
Yeah. But we have not lost a complete series. So we've at least won every single one so far. And the good news is Arkansas wins the SEC West if we win one game this weekend. One game.
Go.
And Arkansas wins the entire SEC if we win two games this weekend. So this will be the weekend where we don't win the series. I don't even know who we're playing. I can look it up real fast, but I don't even know if they've had anything about it in here yet. They have the stadium's going to be pretty exciting. Yeah, it is great. Who are we playing this weekend? Doesn't matter. I'm pretty excited about it though.
Florida.
Wait, hold on. I have it right here. Florida. So not an easy team, but not a terribly difficult team. So only a number 8 in the country. Not too big of a deal.
And it's all in our.
Um, yeah, it is in Arkansas, and it's going to be a full crowd, I do believe. So we should be all right. Ooh, that is one thing I wanted to talk about. I'll throw that in there at the last minute. So I'm just going to run through some notables in the top 25, and then we'll move on from college baseball. So Arkansas remains number 1, and Vanderbilt's number 2. Shout out to Vanderbilt. Number 4 is Texas. Tennessee's Notre Dame's number 3. 4 is Texas. Tennessee fulfilled the 5th. Um, Florida's 8th. Trying to see. East Carolina is 10th. Shout out to East Carolina, bro. Florida State's 12th. For you, Ryan, a little ACC. Charlotte, University of Charlotte is 16th. Huh. UC Irvine, University of California at Irvine is 18th. Old Dominion is at 20th. 20th. 20. South Carolina's at 21.
Boo.
And that's all. Gonzaga's at 25. Shout out to Gonzaga. A little more than a basketball school, maybe a little baseball school.
Partial baseball school. There you go.
That's right. So that ends the college baseball talk. College baseball talk. And I've done forgot what I wanted to talk about. That is spectacular. I wanted to bring it up, but I don't remember. It does not matter at this point. So we're going back to our summer talk segment. Like I said, the well is dry. I feel like we've pretty talked about a good bit of information so far, which I'm pretty happy about. So Ryan came up with the idea that we do the best Heisman winner of the 2010s. Feel free to comment on any of the social media, YouTube, our Instagram. I'm going to start posting Instagram photos of the episodes. So feel free to comment who you think the best Heisman winner is. Maybe I'll even put like a little question box thing on Friday when the episode releases. Um, so be on the lookout for that. So Ryan, who do you think is the best Heisman winner of 2010s?
That's a tough one. So I think statistically, it's Joe Burrow. I think it's hard to not look at that. Um, but in terms of the player who literally dragged his team to win a national championship, I would say it's Cam Newton.
Oh yeah, man.
Um,
That LSU team was good. It had a lot of ballers on it. That
they're,
Auburn team, you take Cam Newton off that team, they like stink.
they're like 8-5. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if lucky, maybe.
Exactly. So like that defense for Auburn in 2010 was awful. They didn't really have any notable wide receivers. They had a decent running back. I think their offensive line was good. I think they had like literally one good player on defense. I would say it's Cam Newton just because he literally dragged Auburn all the way to a national championship. He didn't have the best stats of all the Heisman winners, but he won a national championship by himself.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do real fast is I'm gonna rank them all so you in the audience knows. I'll read them all off real fast. So in 2020 was Devontae Smith, 2019 was Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray was in 2018, 2017 was Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson was in 16, Derrick Henry in 15, Marcus Mariota in 14, Jameis Winston at 13. Wow. Johnny Manziel in 2012. Robert Griffin III in 11. And Cam Newton in 10. Okay. I'm going to ask you this first, and I'll give both of my picks. Who is the worst Heisman winner? Like,
Uh,
who do you think shouldn't have won it?
you should have
Baker
won
Mayfield.
it. He should have won it. I think when you compare Lamar Jackson's 2016, or not 2016,
Oh, come on now. You're not going to say Lamar Jackson, are you?
Jackson,
What?
maybe
I
RG,
thought you were an ACC homer.
maybe RG3.
Yeah, I was thinking J- Marcus Mariota.
I mean, he had some good seasons.
Yeah, I am undervaluing him a little bit.
I mean,
Derrick, I don't even remember what Derrick. I'm sure Derrick Henry was a beast in college. I don't remember him at all.
uh,
He will be known as a Tennessee Titan. He will not be known as an Alabama running back.
Derrick Henry had over 2,000 yards rushing that season, so I think he deserves it.
Yeah, I would never discredit Derrick Henry. I
Yeah,
feel like he'd show up my doorstep and beat the crap out of me. Um,
I'd have to go with RG3. I think.
RG3. Well, Lamar Jackson won the Heisman that year. They kind of stunk it up at the end. What year did he win the Heisman? And was that his first year or his second year, kind of on the
That
scene?
was his second year, and they struggled heavily in their bowl game. I remember that, and we were like, "This is dumb. Like, why?
I
Why?
kind of almost think it's Devontae Smith.
Does that 10 count as 2020 though, or 2010s, or is that 2020?
Technically, if we wanted to be like legit about it, we wouldn't count Cam Newton. We would start with Robert Griffin III in 2011.
Mm,
2010 would be considered the other decade, part of the other. You would call it the 2010s, but you wouldn't. It wouldn't
fair.
be a part. You know what I mean? I know that's weird, but that's how it
If I didn't
works.
say Cam Newton, then I'd probably say just Joe Burrow. I mean, he had such a spectacular season.
I think we're really undervaluing the crab leg thief, Jameis Winston.
I mean, he had. I mean, don't get me wrong, Jameis Winston. I think that entire Florida State team should be considered one of the best college football teams.
Oof.
Literally, every single one of them got drafted. Every single one of them.
Um,
I think they're like two at
they
this.
were bad that next year, though. Good God, they
They
were
were good next
terrible.
year.
They got smacked by Marcus Mariota in Oregon.
They got to the playoff.
Yeah, they got
They weren't great though. They weren't
smacked.
great.
They almost lost to Clemson that year.
They didn't blow anyone out. Well, Clemson was good that year,
Was
but
that
they didn't blow,
Deshaun's first year?
kind of. Yeah, it was like he was splitting with Cole Stout.
Oh yeah, good
No
times.
reason.
Good times in the neighborhood. I remember those days. Those were the good days.
Mm,
Um, I would say my favorite or my the thing a person. Man, I know we can't pick Cam Newton, but Cam Newton had to be number one. Johnny Manziel did have a fantastic. To this day, one of my favorite football games of all time is when Texas A&M walked into Alabama and beat them that year.
yeah,
God, that was good
that was
stuff.
a great time.
Fantastic. Beautiful game. Um, I hate a lot of the people on this list. I hate Joe Burrow. I hate Baker Mayfield. I hate Lamar
I hate Baker
Jackson.
Mayfield. Dude's
He's
awesome.
a Browns quarterback. It's a NFL thing.
But just look him at as a college quarterback.
No, I can't. He's a scumbag. I can't. He's a
He
scum.
didn't
I
shoot.
hate Robert the Griffin the third. He was a Raven
I
scumbag.
don't care for him either.
um,
James Winston.
oh, I hate Joe Burrow so much. I can never give him credit. I would say Kyler Murray would be my favorite one. Cam Newton. I'm throwing the 2010s back in there. I don't care.
Kyler
He
Murray
has.
is my
He was
favorite.
just so. I think I give Joe Burrow a lot of credit. Oh, it just makes me so mad. I hate Joe Burrow. I give him a lot of credit. I think he deserves a lot of credit, but that LSU team was full of some serious ballers. I challenge you in the audience to name me right off the top of your head. Don't look it up. One other person on that Auburn team, I couldn't name one other than Cam Newton. Can you name one, Ryan?
It's off tip of my tongue. I'm trying to remember
Farley or something like that. I think it was a defensive tackle or something like
Farley,
that.
Nick Farley. Yep.
Yeah, Nick Farley.
And then
Okay.
running back. What was his name? He
He was a bust
transferred.
in the NFL.
Oh, what was their running back who like was tackled but wasn't tackled? He didn't he transfer to Arkansas?
I have no idea. Don't ask. I have no clue.
All I'm saying is the worst one was definitely RG3 because Andrew Luck should have won.
Yeah, I guess. I don't even. That was a blur of a year. I don't remember call it 2011. What happened that year?
Bama won.
I don't think Arkansas was bad yet, so I should remember.
Yeah, they were good. Um, yeah,
We
I
didn't
mean,
get bad till 2012, I think.
Andrew Luck should have won that thing. I mean, RG3 had the better moment.
You don't like RG3 because he beat Oklahoma. Wasn't that his Heisman moment?
Yeah, did not like it.
Okay, bonus question because I don't know how long this episode's been so far, but I am enjoying talking this college football. Let me tell y'all something, folks. Just so as a little advert, this show is going to be supreme in the fall. So just
Yeah.
prepare yourselves because it's going to be very good. It's just dead season. We talk college sports, so it is what
We'll
it
talk
is.
some off-season stuff before you know it. We'll get that out there
Yeah, I cannot wait
until
for
the game.
SEC Media Days. I am
Oh,
so excited for those
makes
SEC Media
sense.
Days.
Always a classic.
It used to be so good when Steve Spurrier used to be there. God, I hate him. Scumbag move.
One of the
Scumbag move.
one of the reasons I'm looking forward to the Clemson Georgia game is because of a Steve Spurrier quote. When he was at South Carolina, he said, "I love playing Georgia in the early part of the season because they always have 2 or 3 players suspended." It's classic.
So George, yeah, they will because they constantly be giving their players cars and stuff like that. So
Bags of McDonald's money bags, according
yeah,
to
that's right.
um,
That's right. So I want to go through uniforms real quick as a bonus question. Bonus question. Ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, boom. Um, who's got the best uniforms in the SEC?
in the SEC.
Maybe we'll do another bonus question where we do pick ACC next week and then
I
Big
absolutely
12 and
love
come back.
Ole Miss's uniform.
Oh, I
The
do love those
classic
baby
powder
blues.
blue with the
Oh yeah, those are good.
classic Ole
I
Miss
am a big fan.
logo. I love
Um, I don't think Alabama's boring. Oh, I hate LSU. It'd be LSU
it. I
and
don't like
Ole
Georgia's
Miss.
that much. The logo,
Florida, I'm actually a big Florida fan. Not fan, but the fan of your uniforms.
really,
I
I don't
do
like
like
it.
the orange and blue.
I hate the logo.
Which one? The
The gator
Gator?
on the
Or
side of the
I
helmet.
like kind of like the F.
I like that too. But
So
just the
I would
gator,
say
it just looks.
LSU does have a good uniform. The purple and
LSU has a
gold.
great
Ooh,
uniform.
I hate them so much, but I do like their uniform. Cocho.
I like Arkansas's uniform. Um, Vandy's kind of got a cool uniform, like the all black with the Commodore star. Not bad.
I can tell you what I hate. I hate Auburn's boring.
Very boring.
Mississippi State boring.
Georgia's.
Alabama boring. Georgia boring. South Carolina's got some okay ones, some like ugh.
I don't like their classic one, the garnet and white, and then the white. I like it
Yeah,
when
yeah.
like the
Yeah, when they
blackout.
have the cooler helmets, yeah, those are cooler.
Yeah,
Like
when they do like
yeah,
their theme.
I
Yeah,
always no, I'm not gonna do it. Just want you all to know that I almost did it, but I did. Um, almost said some bad things about South Carolina, but I'm holding myself back because I'm a good person. But yeah, I think I do like the battle armor stuff they do, have.
yeah, that was pretty good.
Kentucky boring.
The zoo's not bad.
I
Not
agree.
the M. The M looks stupid,
I
but
like when they have the like a yellow helmet and the black tiger kind
yeah,
of like stickered on there, not the whole thing, but
yeah,
it's like different pieces though, you know what I mean?
it looks like it's like part of the helmet or
Yeah,
whatever.
Boise State was doing that a while back. I don't know if they still are, but they had a cool helmet. So that was your
Yeah,
bonus. Is A&M boring?
I like A&M.
I
Right.
like A&M's all whites. And when they go all white, I do like the all whites. Those are nice.
I would say Ole Miss is my favorite though.
Yeah,
LSU
Ole Miss and
looks like
LSU would be a competition. Are we missing anybody? I don't think so, right? I think we got them all.
you got Kentucky.
Yeah. Boring.
I think that's it.
The checkered
Really,
Tennessee, boring.
really,
The checkered is interesting, but Kentucky and Tennessee do the checkered thing now, so it's not.
on their uniform. It's just in their end zone.
No, Kentucky does it on their uniforms.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Tennessee, I thought, but
Tennessee's just a plain
Tennessee doesn't do
shirt.
the checkered. So Kentucky does it on the uniforms. Tennessee doesn't do it on the uniform, but their players will wear like checkered gloves or checkered shoes or checkered arm sleeves, so they kind of throw that in there. But Kentucky's is actually on the uniform, the checkered pattern. So I would say Florida. My rankings would be Ole Miss, LSU, Florida, and Ole Miss be my favorite.
Yeah, I'd probably say Ole Miss, LSU, Vandy.
Vandy does have cool. It sucks that they
Yeah,
stink.
love.
But yeah, I would say Alabama, Auburn, and probably Tennessee at the bottom for me. Those are some boring uniforms. They have no flavor, no excitement.
Yeah,
But all right, that was the end of the bonus question. Ryan, what do you think about today's episode? I thought it was pretty good,
yeah. I thought it was
considering everything that's going on right now, and we're producing content every week, twice a week. The fact that we're able to talk for it seems like maybe an hour is nothing short of spectacular. So I know that you probably think, wow, that seems like an excuse. It's not. This is more difficult than you think because we are scraping the barrel here. Not that I don't think you should listen because you should. This is interesting stuff. But for
we'll
the most part,
we'll have a lot more excitement very shortly.
very, yeah, give us a couple months, maybe.
I think we can
We'll have
do
the
that.
College World Series. That'll be coming up. So I'll probably be watching that.
Yeah,
We might have to expand into other sports.
we'll see.
I don't want to. Are we going to talk about LeBum James?
LeBron James.
We'll
Interesting.
see though. All right, Ryan, is that it?
I think that's it.
And that's it, boys and ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching the Trennon and Ryan Sports Show. I really appreciate it. Please tune in. We're coming on releasing videos now every Monday and Friday, 6 a.m. for the audio format, and the video format it will be at 2:30 Monday and Friday. Monday and Friday at 2:30 p.m. Audio format, 6 a.m. so you can enjoy it on your ride to work. All right, y'all. Talk with you later.
Bye.
Bye.